Hey, what's going on? Vince Reed here, and welcome to this week's video. Did you know that Facebook's advertising costs increased by 122%? In this video, I'm going to share with you what you need to do to keep your Facebook advertising costs low. I'm also going to share with you 3 important lessons that you have to know if you're investing a single dime into Facebook ads. I'm going to share with you an important lesson when it comes to understanding the Facebook ad platform in itself. This will give you an advantage over your competitors. I'm also going to share with you how to target your ideal customer so you get more customers who are ready to buy. And more importantly, I'm going to teach you how to create the ultimate lead magnet that is irresistible to your buyers, that will allow you to get leads at a lower cost than all of your competitors. So if you're ready to learn those strategies, stay tuned. Let's go. All right, we have a lot to cover, so let's dive right into it. And if you're looking at the screen, it says Facebook advertising costs increased by 122% in 2018. And that's why you're watching this training, because I'm going to be sharing with you how you can keep your Facebook ads cost extremely low. Now, even with the ads increase, I'm still generating leads for as little as $1. So here's an example of me generating over 1,765 leads at an average cost per lead of $1.41. Here's another example of me generating over 700 leads at an average cost of $1.56 per lead. Now, you may be asking yourself, why is it important for you to learn how to generate leads at a low cost, and why should you be building your email list? You see, every lead you generate at the very minimum has a lifetime value of $1 per month to you. This means if you build a list of 1,000 subscribers, at the very minimum you should be earning $1,000 per month. Now, if you build a list of 10,000 subscribers, at the very minimum you should be earning at least $10,000 per month. Now, here's the good news. I have email lists that I've generated in a few weeks of 10,000 subscribers that's earned well over $10,000 a month. So I want you to understand, if you get really good, it can exceed these numbers. But at the very minimum, you're looking at $10,000 a month if you build an email list of 10,000 subscribers. So let's go ahead and get started so you can understand how you can start to do this for your business. But I definitely want to get you excited, because here's the deal. If you stick around to the very end of this training, I'm going to show you how you can access my Facebook ads course for free. This course sells for $997. So stick around to the end and I'll show you how you can gain access to this. And also, if generating leads at a low cost is extremely important to you, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, as it means the world to me, as I'm always here to provide you with the best content and information to help you build your business. All right, so what you're looking at here is an article from Business Insider, and it basically breaks down how Facebook ads, the cost has increased by 122%. As you can see here, Facebook ad prices are rising after the newsfeed change. It goes on to say the cost of Facebook ads has increased further since the platform tweaked its newsfeed algorithm. It says Facebook announced the newsfeed tweak in January, and AdStage found that CPMs, cost per thousand impressions, increased by 122%. Now, for me, this is nothing new. I remember when I first got started, I was doing Google AdWords, and I remember I was bidding on keywords that would cost me literally 10 cents per click. And I witnessed over the years that same keyword going from 10 cents per click all the way up to literally $5, $10, $20 per click. All right, this is going to happen when people start learning about marketing platforms and you get more people utilizing the strategy. But if you master the right strategies and you basically stick through to the end, you'll start to realize that this is a great opportunity for you. Because there's a lot of people right now, because of the ads increase, they've got off of Facebook. They're not advertising anymore, which means there's more room for you. So thank you, whoever got off of Facebook ads and you're not doing anymore. That's just a bigger opportunity for me. And that's the approach that you have to have, realizing that this is an amazing opportunity for you to learn the right strategies so you can basically take advantage of that. Now, over the years, I've invested millions of dollars into Facebook ads. As you can see here, this year alone, over $808,131 to be exact. And we've tested and we've seen it all. Now, you may be asking, who am I and why should you listen to me? My name is Vince Reed. I'm the founder of Internet Traffic Factory and the author of the book, Internet Traffic and Leads. And lead generation is my life. Okay, it's really, what I live for. It's my passion. Every single day I wake up, I love diving into different advertising platforms and generating leads. That's why people come from all over to work with me to help, basically to have me help them get their cost per lead as low as possible. Now, I want you to imagine you being able to generate leads for $1. I want you to imagine never worrying about customers again. I want you to imagine never worrying about cash flow, because you know that you'd always be able to push a button and literally print money. That's what it's like when you understand and master lead generation. So let's dive into secret number one. The secret to understanding the Facebook platform. You have to understand the platform that you're on. You see, there is a major difference between search traffic and social traffic. All right, people that are looking for something, for example, when you go to YouTube or Google, you're searching for something specific, but when you go over to Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, you're not searching for anything. What you're looking at is essentially whatever Facebook decides to put in front of you. And that's why I tell everyone that social media advertising is interruption marketing. All right, it's no different than you getting in your car, driving down the street, and seeing billboards on the side of the road. The only difference and the advantage that you have with social media advertising, specifically Facebook, is the fact that you get to control who actually sees that billboard. So, for example, I could say I only want people or females specifically who are 22 to 35 to see this ad who actually love yoga, right? So that's an example of the power of social media ads. But the truth of the matter is it's billboard advertising, and there's never been a person in the history of social media marketing or advertising, or even you yourself, who woke up and said, I'm going to go on social media to buy a product or service. That's not why people go on social media. They go there to see what their friends are up to and see what's going on. So you cannot advertise on social media as if people were looking for your product and services. And that's why you're here. So the question is, how do you actually do that? Okay, this first step that you have to master is what I call the ad profit grid. And you have to realize that when you're running ads, especially to cold traffic, people who have no idea who you are, your only goal is to get people to simply know who you are. Now, if you notice, underneath zone 1, there's a bunch of change there. And that's because most people basically live in zone 1. They're constantly trying to sell their products to people who have no idea who they are, therefore they're not making any money. You see, your goal when advertising on social media is to simply take individuals who don't know you and simply get them to know who you are. And what you do is you build an audience of those individuals, and you focus on moving those individuals to zone 2. Because once they're in zone 2, they know who you are, and your goal now is to get them to like you. And that's why you see the $100 bills there. Now, most people that live in zone 2, okay, those are the individuals that are earning like 6 figures in their business. All right, if you're not making money, it's probably because you're living too much in zone 1. Now, if you want to earn 7 figures or more, you got to get into the hot zone, and that's zone 3. And that's where you take people who basically are warm to you, who already like you, and you turn them into hot traffic. And these are individuals that are opting into your opt-in pages, buying your products and services, and they're displaying trust in you. And that's why you see the bag of money. If you focus on this particular grid when running ads on social media, you'll see your cost per lead start to go low. So for example, if you're advertising in zone 2, you're going to see lower cost per lead because people already know who you are when they see your ad. And then obviously when you get to zone 3, okay, they already are fully aware of who you are and they have trust in you, and you're going to make a lot more money selling products and services. Which leads me to secret number 2, how to target customers that will actually buy from you. All right, because one of the things that I see is people getting on social media, specifically Facebook, building a list, and then the people don't open up their emails, the people don't engage with them on social media, on their Facebook page, and they're like, why is this happening? All right, well, the best way for me to basically explain it would be to kind of walk you through the movie Gladiator. I think this is probably the best example that I can give you. So what you're looking at here is a picture of Maximus. Maximus was a warrior who was exiled from Rome and basically captured as a slave. And, you know, basically when he got captured as a slave, he was forced to fight in the arena as a gladiator. And he wanted to be freed from basically fighting in the arena as a slave. Now, here was the interesting part. The emperor, okay, who basically wanted Maximus dead, could not kill him because the crowd determined Maximus's outcome. So essentially, after Maximus basically did his work in the arena, the emperor would come out and hold his thumb like you see on this photo, and basically the crowd would go crazy, basically saying, we love Maximus, you can't kill him. And even though he wanted to, he couldn't. And that is your goal when advertising. All right, so let me give you an example of what I mean by this and why that story makes sense. Let's say you were a music performing artist. All right, so you were basically a person that sang or you rap or you dance or whatever it may be. You were a performing artist. And let's say that you were the opening act for whom you believe is the most popular performer in the world. All right, so imagine you performing in front of all of the people that you see here on this photo. So maybe you open up for Adele, or maybe you choose to open up for Kanye West, or maybe you choose to open up for U2, or maybe even Kenny Chesney. All right, these are all obviously major performing artists, and imagine if you got to open up for these individuals. In fact, imagine if you were the opening act for your top 10 megastars. So in your head, think about who you believe is the biggest star out there, and you were able to go out there and perform in front of their audiences before they came up on stage. Now here's the cool thing. Even if 99% of their audiences hated you, I mean, if they were like booing you off the stage, right, and 1% of the crowd absolutely loved you, okay, you would own 10% of your ideal audience's market share. So think about that. The 10 biggest megastars in the world, you go out there, 99% of those individuals hate you, 1% of them love you. Okay, you now would have 10% of what you perceive to be the biggest audiences or the most popular audiences in the world of your megastar audiences, you would own 10% of that market share. And that's why your goal when advertising on social media is to simply win the crowd, just like Maximus. You see, he was out there fighting in the arena, but his real goal was to win the crowd so they basically would keep him alive. And that's your goal every time you put out content. My goal right now is to win the crowd. I want you to comment on this video. I want you to love the content that I'm putting out because I have one goal, and that goal is to simply win the crowd. Now, the next step is for you to target your ideal audience with solutions. So just how we talked about your top 10 audiences in terms of megastars, think about that in terms of your top 10 audiences of people who are following individuals who would be your ideal client. And your goal is to simply win over 1% of those 10 audiences and win the crowd and stay in front of them with amazing content, and then move those individuals to zone 2 and move those individuals to zone 3, as you saw earlier in the ad profit grid, which leads me to secret number 3, how to leverage a lead magnet that is irresistible. Now, your goal is not to just get leads, right? So, obviously you saw earlier me generating leads at $1. Okay, that's great. You want your lead cost low, but your objective is to generate sales, right? That's why we're really doing that. That's why you want to learn advertising and get your costs low, because you essentially want sales. So what you've got to focus on is basically creating irresistible offers that your leads simply can't refuse. As you remember the movie The Godfather, I'm going to make him an offer that they can't refuse. That's what you want to do. So when you go to make your offer, you have to ask yourself, would I want what it is that I'm trying to offer? Is this something that I would actually invest my time or my money? And it's funny, I get a lot of students and I look at their content and I go, would you opt into this? Would you buy this? And they say no. And I say, well, what makes you think a person who has no idea who you are would opt in or basically take interest in what it is that you have to offer? So the question is, how do you do it? Step number 1, you have to identify the problem. All right, so you identify the problem, and then what you have to do is once you identify the problem, you have to make a value solution, right? So you start to basically provide solutions and options for the individual that has the problem. Now, if you want that person to opt in and become a lead, you have to make an irresistible offer. So you have to say to yourself, okay, I provided value or a solution to a person's problem. What is the next thing that I can give that person that's irresistible that would get them to opt in and become a lead? And from there, if you want them to buy from you, you have to figure out a way to actually help them eliminate their problem for good. All right, that's your goal, to help them eliminate their problem for good. So let me give you an example of how this works. So let's say a business owner realizes that they need more leads and customers, right? So I've identified that problem of that business owner. My next step is to basically provide training that solves the problem. So for example, it could be a training that you're watching right now, how to keep your lead costs low, and obviously how to improve conversions, right? So what am I doing? I'm providing a solution to a business owner who realizes that they need more leads and customers. So what do I want to do if I want to capture a lead? I have to make an irresistible offer. So for example, if you're watching this, I'm sure there's a link on this video or in the description where you could register for one of my master classes. All right, so I make an irresistible offer, and then what do? If you want to eliminate the person's problem, hey, you want to work with me directly, you want me to mentor you, you want access to all of my products and services, join my private community, iLeaders. That would be an example of me eliminating the problem. I know you need leads, I know you need help, I know that there's no one better out there that can help you than me. All right, so that's the process that you have to be thinking through when you are running ads on social media. So the last point I want you to remember when making offers is this. Okay, if you want to sell more of your products and services, the value has to outweigh the price. All right, so even if you're selling something that's $10,000, the perceived value has to be worth $100,000. I always tell you to figure out a way to 10x the value that you're offering. So think about this. If you're selling something that's $100, but you believe that it's worth $1,000 and you're selling it for $100, that's how you know that that product is going to sell. So same thing for you. If you were going to buy something and you perceive the value at $1,000, but you're going to get it at $100, then it's easy for you to basically go buy that. That's how you want to basically be making your offers. All right, so I got a question for you. Did you get value? If so, please be sure to comment and subscribe to this page or like the page. That definitely means the world to me. Now, for those of you who want to dive deeper, okay, you want to master marketing, you want to basically have me coach you and teach you how to basically, dominate social media advertising, I have a special bonus for you, and essentially this is also for those of you who want to see how you can access this course, my Facebook ads course, for free, which is valued at $997. And essentially those of you who want me to help you set up your ads each and every month. All right, if you want me to basically, make sure that you're not, doing the wrong things, which could essentially cause your ad cost to be extremely high, okay, I have something extremely special for you. Okay, all you have to do is simply register for my 2 methods to $1 leads masterclass. A link to register should be on this page or on this video. Now, on this free bonus masterclass, you'll learn the 7 advertising disasters you must avoid if you want your ads to profit fast. You have to understand these advertising disasters. It's one of the reasons people fail, and I don't want that to be you. Secret number 2, I'm going to share with you what I call the balloon method. This is the secret to scaling your ads without getting your accounts banned, and how to actually continue to get your costs low. You have to be leveraging the balloon method if you want to get those $1 leads that I showed you earlier. And then I'll share with you in secret number 3 the secret to what I call the trapdoor method. This is what I actually use to get $1 leads and massive sales. This is what I do to basically take people from zone 1 in the ad profit grid all the way to zone 3. All right, so if you want to master these things, I highly advise you basically registering for this free bonus masterclass. And again, you'll gain access and see how you can gain access to my free Facebook course. I'll show you how you can get this course for free. Plus, I'll show you step by step on the webinar the 2 methods I use to generate $1 leads. All right, so this is what I want you to do next. Go ahead and click on the link on this video or in the description of this video. Register for this free masterclass. It will flat out blow you away. Again, I'll show you how you can gain access to my Facebook course for free, and you'll learn the 2 methods that I use to generate $1 leads. Hope you got a ton of value. Be sure to comment and like the page if you did, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care.